Yo, what's up, everybody? It's me again, Rod. Before we get started, I want to give thanks to the Lord up above, as always. I'm very grateful to be here today and deliver a message to you guys. I want to start off with a quick thank you. Last video, we did really good. The last two videos or whatever, hit a quick milestone or whatever, about 1,000 views, rounding up to about 1,000 views. And I'm very grateful. I just want to say thank you to everybody who took the time, to stop by, watch the video, and help me on my journey. Oh, shoot. My bad. But today, the topic is love. I want to talk about love today. And not only love, I want to talk about true love, And a lot of times I feel like people's interpretation of love gets confused often when we feel that we don't see it or when we're searching for it. And a lot of times with people, when they search for something, they tend to forget about the thing, that's right in front of them, because they're all their focus is looking for the piece of love or whatever thing that they're looking for, And I feel like the love within our family, friends, animals, pets, all that stuff, it kind of gets swept under the rug, because a lot of people's interpretation of love is, being with somebody. And that's not always the case. It's okay to see love and feel love without having a partner. And I think that's something that I struggled with in the past. My interpretation of love was always, love is when you have a partner and they're with you, with you ride or die. And that was about it. I didn't really know much else. I was 15 years old when I really thought about that's what it was. But a lot has happened in the last 3 years, So that interpretation has obviously changed. It got smarter, more mature, able to understand people's feelings. And I just feel like what I felt back then, it was a more mellowed down, censored version of what I thought love really was. But it's a much more difficult complex to understand that love is something far greater than what we even know. Love is more than a feeling. Love has the effect on people to change lives. And it can even create lives. That's how we all here, And I just want to say, a lot of times, like I said before, it gets kind of swept under the rug. And the people in our generation, Gen Z, and for those to come, I think the understanding of loving somebody and wanting to feel love and all that stuff, it's kind of misunderstood. And in a sense, it's like it's chances and it's possibilities as far as being with somebody for the rest of your life or finding love in that way. But love is everywhere. Love is in the family. It's in your home. You can find it within yourself. You can feel it within yourself. You can do things in life that makes up for the feeling that you didn't have, And what I mean by that is when you take care of yourself, right? Say you get up, you take a shower, as you should, Hey, look, you wake up, you take a shower, you brush your teeth, you clean yourself up. All that stuff is showing love to yourself. And that's where it starts. That's where it begins. You can't love anybody else until you're able to love yourself. And when you are in a situation that you love somebody more than yourself, it's bound to fail. That's how it is in life, And it's kind of evident to see whether somebody loves their self enough, or like they need loving, you know? And I feel like everybody on earth has had a moment where they felt like they didn't see love at all, from nobody, from nowhere. And I'm just here to say, love is everywhere. And even when you don't feel love, you know, you can always make love. And that's the crazy thing about it, you know? Love has been around for centuries, eons, who knows, bro? And it's further beyond an understanding that we even know, you know? And we just have to thank God for it, because it's a blessing, you know? It's a blessing to have empathy and feeling, being able to relate to people. That's love also, you know? Being able to communicate with people, showing them that, yeah, I'm here for you. That's love also. There's so many forms of love in this world. And I feel like me delivering this message is my way of giving love out to you guys, so you guys won't feel like, for somebody who's out there probably watching this video when I upload it, where they feel like they don't have any love or they don't see it anywhere, I just want to say here that I love you, you know? And sometimes we need that, you know, that uplifts us and it gives us a sense of heart, you know? It just makes us like want to get up and like, you know, it's an awkward, weird thing that even though we're young, you know, we overthink a lot of things, you know? We feel like if we don't find true love, we're going to be lonely for the rest of our lives. But we have family here supporting you, loving you and all that stuff. But that's to the wayside because you feel like you haven't found true love yet. And your interpretation of true love is just misunderstood and not right yet. You know, once you understand what love is and you realize that you can have it within yourself and be able to present love to other people who you feel don't have it, then that's your true understanding of love and you'll feel it. You know, as I said before, even though it's more than a feeling, it's something you can feel and contribute to people. And I think that's one of the blessings, you know, about feelings. You can always dish them out. You can receive them. And it's so many different ways to receive love in this world. And I feel like loving yourself and loving your family and everything else around you is like almost a lost art, you know? And I just feel like we have to love everyone, because in this day and age, in this life, our love that we have is so strong, and the pride and all these other feelings that we have, they kind of like, you know, like make this big old paper ball that nobody wants around, just throw it around the room. And we never actually take time to open up that piece of paper to understand what, like, see what's in there, you know? We're so focused on getting rid of that piece of paper and passing it around on somebody else that we don't take time to ourselves and unravel that piece of paper and, you know, maybe flatten it out a bit, maybe write on it or something, you know? And it's okay to feel hurt also. That's another thing. That's another big thing. When you feel that you're unloved, you become hurt. And most times when hurt people are around, they hurt other people. Their feelings go to somebody else. It's like an exchange. It's like you pass down your feelings to somebody else based on things that you want and don't want, you know. And I'm not gonna say it's selfish. It's not selfish, because we all have our feelings, you know, and we all are our own unique person. But one thing we do have to work on is, this goes for relationships, this goes with friendships, all of that. When things do go wrong and they do fall out, keep that same love that you had before from the start. Don't go out social media telling all these people like, oh man, they're a terrible person. But you love them too. You loved them at one point and they loved you back. It's not okay. It wouldn't look right if you did what you're doing now back then, you know. And yes, I know people do bad things. They really do bad things. That's unexcusable, you know. This life, people do bad things, and it's either misunderstood, misread intentions, all of that. It all comes into play. But in no way is it okay to spread hate. The main thing that this world needs right now is love. And I believe that we should love everyone. And that's my message for today. You know, I wanted to keep it under, I wanted to keep it under 10 minutes, but sometimes to get your point across, you got to talk more than 10 minutes. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll catch y'all in the next video.